Hey guys, today we're going to finish up the chapter. We're going to look at how to solve a system of equations using Cramer's rule. Cramer's rule uses determinants to solve systems of equations. Okay, so we're going to first look at the example system. Okay, we have three variables, x, y, and z. Okay, so first step is we have to set up four matrices. Okay, probably the hardest part is setting up these matrices. Again, it's not hard, it's just the hardest part, but once you see the pattern, it's not going to be that difficult. Again, everything that we do here can be done by hand, but I will talk about it in terms of how to do it using your calculator as your resource to do the matrix operations. Okay, so the first matrix we're going to name matrix A. Okay, and this is going to be our matrix that we're going to use to solve for x. All right, so the first thing I like to do is I'll make this first column in my matrix. This is my x column. So I'm going to take these coefficients 2, 3, and 5 of x, and I'm going to replace them with 3, -1, and 17, my constants in my system. Okay, and then my y and z coefficients will remain the same. 2, 2, -2 for my y's, and 1, -2, -6 for my z's. Okay, matrix B is going to be what's going to be used to solve for y. Okay, so I'm going to take my constants, I'm going to put them in place of y. 3, -1, and 17. Okay, then x coefficients remain the same as what we're given, 2, 3, and 5. Then my z coefficients remain the same, 1, -2, -6. Okay. Then my C matrix is going to be what is used to solve for Z. Okay, so this is my Z column. Again, I'm going to replace my Z column with 3, -1, 17. Okay, my constants. X coefficients remain the same, 2, 3, 5. Y coefficients remain the same, 2, 2, -2. Okay, so those are my first three matrices, A, B, and C. Okay, and then my final matrix, matrix D, is x, y, and z coefficients. So x coefficients 2, 3, 5. Y coefficients 2, 2, -2. And finally my z coefficients 1, -2, and -6. Okay, so the next step would be to put all of these matrices into our calculator. Okay, they're all 3 by 3s. Name them A, B, C, and D. Okay, so right now it'd be a good idea for you to pause the video and put those into your calculator so that the next steps they'll go fairly quickly. And I'm going to show you on the paper, and then I will go back and show you on the calculator. Okay, so pause now and put these matrices into your calculator. Okay. All right, so how we solve? All right, so to solve for x, we need to take the determinant of matrix A and divide that by the determinant of matrix D. Okay, so if you calculate the determinant of matrix A using your calculator, you'll get -160. And if you calculate the determinant of matrix D, you get -32. If you divide those two numbers, you get 5. Okay, so our first solution is x equals 5. Okay, then to calculate the solution for y, you take the determinant of matrix B and divide that by the determinant of matrix D. The determinant of matrix B is +160, and the same determinant of matrix D from the previous one is negative 32. Divide those, and you get negative 5. Y is equal to negative 5. Then finally, to calculate the solution for Z, you take the determinant of matrix C, which is negative 96, and divide that by the determinant of D, which is again negative 32. Divide those and you get 3. So the solution is x equals 5, y equals negative 5, and z equals 3. Okay. Now I'm going to switch over to the calculator and show you the steps that I did to find those, and then a couple of other calculator things. All right, so in your calculator, you have your matrices A, B, C, and D already put in your calculator. Okay. To calculate x, we're going to take the determinant of A divided by the determinant of D. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my main screen. And second matrix, math. So I'm going to take the determinant of matrix A, close my parenthesis, and I'm going to divide that by the determinant of matrix D. Hit enter. You get x equals 5. Okay. So here's a little calculator trick that'll help you save a little time, be more efficient. So the next one I want to calculate is the determinant of B divided by the determinant of D. So instead of plugging the whole thing in, okay, and that'll work, that's fine. I'm just going to show you a little trick. If I hit second enter, it'll bring up my previous entry. So I'm just going to scroll over, put my cursor on matrix A, and I'm going to change that to matrix B. Hit enter. There is my y equals negative 5 solution. Okay, then finally, I'm going to do the same thing. Bring up my previous entry, scroll over to matrix B, and change that to matrix C. And we get z is equal to 3. Okay, so x is equal to 5, y is equal to negative 5, and z is equal to 3. Okay. All right, now we're going to look at one other example. Okay, so example 2, again, we're going to solve for x, y, and z. So remember, always do the same thing. Okay, make your A matrix your X matrix, B your Y matrix, C your Z matrix, and D is your X, Y, and Z matrix, and all of them together. So the first thing we need to do is we need to set up matrices. Okay, so I'm going to set up A, so this is my X matrix. So I'm going to replace my X coefficients with my constants. Y's remain the same. Z's remain the same. So there's my A matrix. Okay, my B matrix is going to be my Y matrix. Replace my Y coefficients with my constants. So then my X coefficients are the same. My Z coefficients are the same. Okay, then my C matrix is my Z matrix. So I'm going to replace my Z coefficients with my constants. X coefficients remain the same. Y coefficients remain the same. And then my D matrix is all of them together, X, Y, and Z. So all these X, Y, and Z coefficients remain the same. So then to calculate my solutions, need to do x equals, this will be the determinant of matrix A over the determinant of matrix D. Okay. And if you use your calculator to do this, the way I showed you on the previous one, put that whole thing in there, do it properly, you'll get 2. X is 2. Okay. Then for Y, I'm going to take the determinant of matrix B. I'm going to divide that by the determinant of matrix D. You get -1. And then finally, for Z, I'm going to take the determinant of matrix C. I'm going to divide that by the determinant of matrix D. We'll get Z equals +1. So X is equal to 2, Y is equal to -1, Z is equal to 1. Write our solution, ordered pair, technically not a pair, ordered triplet, X, Y, and Z. That is how we solve a system of equations using Cramer's rule that's based on the determinants of matrices. Okay. Next time we will have a quiz. Make sure you keep up with your homework. If you have any questions, I will be available before school. Have a great day.